Right, so it's time for the Olympics, and while the humans are cool and all, I have a strange obsession with murder robots, so we're going to try and figure out which Olympic sports the murder drones would be able to claim gold for. Now first off, we need to decide who the drones will be representing. While Tyro does make a compelling argument for the drones being American citizens, I'm going to claim this one for the Aussies, since that's where Tessa is from, and in all likelihood the drones were made, or at least activated, on Australian soil. Now, onto the events. First up from this list I found on a Google search, we have gymnastics. I'll put forward V and Uzi for this event. We've seen they both have an affinity for flipping through the air, as well as some good hand-eye coordination, which makes them prime for this event. I'm going to make the educated guess here that flying probably won't be allowed, but they still have the jump height to be able to pull off some pretty impressive mid-air tricks. Gold medal. Unfortunately, the next sport on my list is somewhat of a roadblock. Swimming and diving. Now, I assume you know what happens to robots when they get wet, and while Uzi has been seen to be alright in water, she's not exactly the most aerodynamic. And with all the moving parts and modifications the murder drones make to their forms, I highly doubt everything will be watertight in there. No competitors. Any and all track and field events. Gold medals all around. These guys are fast enough to catch bullets, can jump over clouds, and throw things much heavier than any Olympic weight the same distance. This isn't even a competition at this point, but we'll put Jay in there because she'd be the most likely to follow all of the rules. Volleyball and beach volleyball. Again, the reaction times out of these guys would come in as a huge advantage. You'd think the jump height would also be, but it's not really that necessary as you only need to be at the same height as your competitors to deliver a good block. Also, the tiny form factor of V and J's lower legs is going to make it much harder to get a grip in the sand. Gold for standard, silver for beach, and a couple low lights in there as well. Golf. I feel like this is going to be somewhat of a Happy Gilmore situation. It would be incredibly easy to get the ball onto the green, but what happens from there is a bit up in the air. I reckon Uzi would probably have the best shot out here because there's probably at least one golf anime out there somewhere. Podium, but I'm not sure where. Archery. This one is the specialty of our boy, despite him having absolutely no idea why. Potential for point deduction or disqualification if he sets the target on fire though. Table tennis. Once again, I like our chances here. Provided we don't sky it out of the stadium on every shot, we'll easily outpace any of our opponents. The best option would probably be to dump as much spin on the ball as possible to get a weird bounce, but those shots can be punished with a smash if they don't come off perfectly. Again though, I'm going to keep V away from this one to prevent any circular holes from going through the stomachs of our competition. Gold. Climbing. Once again, I'm going to make the assumption of no wings here, in which case we may have a problem. Bouldering would be okay because claws exist, but those aren't optimal for speed climbing and we don't exactly have the most grippy foot profiles, so I reckon we lose out there. Bronze. Basketball and 3x3. I've already done a whole video on this, but that assumes solver and flight access, which isn't allowed here. Nevertheless, Team USA is kind of washed right now, so I reckon we rip the title off them for only the 5th time in history. Also, we're keeping Patty Mills at the 1 because this man is a madness with the green and gold on. Ice hockey and speed skating. Providing we find a way to get the skates on, the drones take this one out very easily, because we just outpace and outmuscle any of our human competitors. 2 easy golds here. Equestrian, aka horsey jumping. We might run into some problems here because I doubt any of our lineup has actually seen a horse before, combining that with the fact that this is a skill sport where the rider doesn't actually do any of the heavy lifting, and we could see our first last place of the Olympics. All of the ski events. Once again, we have the foot problem, but our characters are used to the winter environment. Combine that with a more concentrated weight to size ratio, and we can pull some serious speed down those slopes. Control would probably be our most limiting factor here, but I put money on the Gremlin to take home some silverware. Any of the other water sports, including boating, water polo, jet ski, and anything else. It's not going to end well, stay out of it. And that's my not at all comprehensive list. I'm aware that this video and the last one have been a bit short, and this one has kind of been a bit stupid, but school is back and my Murder Drones AU video is taking forever because I keep procrastinating. This video was actually originally going to be on Donald Trump's assassination, but I got told it was too political. If you do want to see that though, share this video so my brain does the good chemicals, but that's all I've got for today. Thank you all for watching, and have a good one.